hard or difficult, painful it may feel, it was worth it anyway, and that will give you the encouragement you need to take that next step forward. Okay, so I feel that this is you connecting with your team, your guides, your loved ones. This is you and Source coming together finally. And I feel for some of you, you've felt connected. You've always known there's something there, but now something has changed. Something has come through you, almost like a bolt of lightning, and you are awake. There's absolutely no denying it anymore. It is real, and you believe it. And okay, you might have a slight wobble from time to time where you do sort of go into self-doubt just a little bit, and your ego mind is challenging this situation. You might have found that at some point your ego's telling you that you've lost your mind and you're talking to people in your head, or you're seeing things, you're hearing things, it's all imagination. Well, it's not. It absolutely is not. It is true. It is real. It is more real than anything in the physical life. So believe it. Have faith in your spirituality, in your soul, and your connection with Source and the higher realms, because it is so true. And that power you feel, and if you've been fortunate enough to feel it, it's something you simply don't forget, and it gets stronger and stronger all the time. So even if you are feeling in self-doubt and having a little wobble, which is perfectly normal, by the way, if you are feeling that, then just try and go back into that lovely energetic feeling of connection with oneness, and just remember how powerful that experience felt for you. And that will draw you back into that vibration and that energy. Okay, it's quite similar to the other one. I feel that again, this is spending time outdoors in nature, and with animals. I feel like there are a lot of animal lovers here coming for this reading. And animals hold so much power and strength for us. They really do connect us on a soul level, because the animals have their own souls. They are no different to any human beings. It's simply that soul is incarnate within the animals. So feeling that bond and understanding each other. And as well, I feel like this is a lesson for communication being open without the need for words. I know we all do speak with animals, but a lot can be seen and understood just through the eyes, through the body language, just through little expressions. So it's awakening us to greater ways of communicating and practicing that. So if you spend a lot of time with your dog or your cat perhaps, and you're tuning into what they may be feeling, and what their face is saying, what's going on for them there, the more you do that, the more that will help you have that same experience with human beings. It's a real powerful shift in sort of connection and telepathic messages. For any of you that are trying to access higher realms here to communicate, perhaps you're going into the 5D and you wish to have a conversation with someone. Well, if you're really struggling with that, perhaps try with animals first, because they're just so open to our love, and they offer so much love as well. So it's a lovely energetic exchange there to familiarize yourself with. And I feel as well, if you are near water, it's a great time to just practice standing in your power, feeling confident, feeling at ease, unguarded. So you're near the water and you suddenly feel that you're just starting to relax. Some of those guards have come down, some of that weight has dropped, and your shoulders are just calm, and you just feel better, you feel clearer, you feel that, you're not slumping, you're not walking around with this negative energy, you just feel better. So stand with that, be aware of your posture, stand tall and confident, and be happy. Just feel cleansed, feel like you've just gone into this beautiful shower and just got rid of all of the junk. Okay, I feel that this is, as it says on the card, it is important to pay attention to our dreams. It is so important, because there are always hidden messages there, always. And dreams are beautiful, and I know for some people we don't remember them. It just seems like a million different fragments that's happened, that's come together in one shape or form, that could either perhaps not make any sense, or it can be so vivid and so clear that it perhaps is emotional, or it blows your mind. It can happen in different ways for different people, but just take that time to observe. And And if you can, ask your higher self to observe within the dream as well, to just take some time to actually be the observer. I think a lot of times we can be running around within the dream as much as we would be, and in daytime, we are going a million miles an hour and we're not really having time to take in what's happening within the dream and if there are any hidden signs or messages. So ask your higher self to show you and to perhaps just slow the dreams down tonight so that you can have time to look at it deeply and reflect and see if there's any hidden messages there. Okay, I think this one is perfect for what's been happening at the minute. This is all about the fact that we are running crazy. We run ragged. We have no idea what's going on, and time is just going by. We are being swept up with the current and the waves, and it's, our goals, our sort of purpose, our main aim has just been washed away. We have no idea where we're going. We need to start focusing on things that really, really matter to us. So this comes back to, again, that inner healing, that time for reflection, just being mindful of what we do with our time, who we spend it with, where we go, and allowing that time as well for self. As I've said before, self-love is so important. We need to be able to appreciate that, and please don't see it as a selfish act. Don't see it as, it's pointless doing that because it's not going to get me anywhere and it's just all about me and, what about my connection with this person or my children or whatever. Well, it's not that you're ignoring those people or you're putting them bottom of the pile. You are just simply, at this moment in time, acknowledging that it is so vital that you prioritise yourself, and it doesn't have to be all the time. You're not going to do this and then turn into somebody that doesn't care about other people. That's not going to happen. You're not that type of person. It's just allowing and understanding that from time to time you do need to put yourself first. You do need to get things in order just so that you are in control of the current there, the tide. You're not being washed away. And again, how many times we're going to get water at the minute? It's beautiful. So we're watering nature all the time. So the magician, you are in control of your life. You have the power there. As we could see this, although the water's very still, which means I feel that, people are coming to terms with their emotions. They're having that time for reflection. But say a great big wave came, I feel that if you've got your emotions in check and you understand what's going on in your thought process, your limiting beliefs, your fears, your worries, then you are grounded. You have a better foundation to step forward. And if, say, a wave came around that corner any minute, I feel that this person here would be in a much better position to just take that leap of faith, to take the next step, to move into better pastures. And from there, there's a lot of growth, there's a lot of healing, and you are able to rise above and gain a better perspective there. Okay, I'm just seeing if there's another card here. Okay, we've actually got 3 cards for this deck. There we go. And again, it's that sort of taking that time to not only self-reflect on the past and your inner emotions perhaps that have led you to where you are now, but also realising what is going on for you now and feeling that power within you, feeling that change and that shift, and the fact that you're even listening to this, or you're willing to do the work and you want to get to a higher level of growth and spirituality and understanding of yourself and others. Well, that just shows you what beautiful strength you have within you, the qualities you hold. And that is beautiful. It is so strong. It is so powerful. And it is awakened. So realise that if you have the ability to do that, to even just to take that leap of faith and begin on that journey, you have got what it takes and you can do this. You can lead the way and you can be the magician of your own life. You don't have to let life take over anymore and other people to be running the show, because you are in control. And okay, this one's perfect also, thank you. It is showing us that we must trust our intuition. We must tune in with that and we must have faith 100% and trust it. So reading the card there, don't take action when there's a feeling of resistance. So that is quite often related to ego. I said this yesterday in a reading. If we are feeling sort of tense or uncomfortable, there's a worry there, an anxiety, a fear, perhaps a jitteriness. There's just something in our nervous system ringing alarm bells. It is there. It is our soul coming through with a warning sign to just take it slow. Stop and think about this. Feel into what's going on. Don't take any action as yet. And that could be in relation to the situation itself, or perhaps the person you're about to have a conversation with. Just be aware of resistance. And that doesn't mean you need to be on guard looking for resistance all the time. We don't want to be feeling that we're stuck in the stagnant energy of resistance, but you will know when you feel that shift, when you feel that something's just off slightly, something doesn't sit quite right. Do pay attention to that, because that is, as much as it might seem cruel, it is a blessing in disguise. There is a reason for that. So always trust in what you feel there, because it is real. Yeah, and I feel that if you can overcome some of these hurdles, and they are hurdles, they're not easy. I feel like, as it's shown you here in the card, you feel like you've gone to the moon and back. You feel like it's too far to go, and perhaps it's going to be a bit rocky, and it is going to be a bit sort of harsh, and perhaps a bit dry and isolated. But it is so important that you do that, because if you are willing to go through that, then you are able to transform into the better version of yourself. You are able to progress forwards then, and you're able to leave that behind, but not in a place where you're just sort of burying it and suppressing it. You've dealt with it. You've actually dealt with it. You've understood it. You've learned from it. You've grown from it, and then it's added to your beauty and your strength, because it has given you sort of fuel and fire, and it has recharged you in a different light, from a different perspective. You feel greater. You feel like a better human being for understanding the parts of yourself that perhaps previously you just chose to ignore or couldn't deal with it within that moment. Yeah, so again, and these messages are coming through quite, repetitively there. It is that this is part of a new direction here. We are aiming to get to a new road, a new path, the right path. We're doing this the right way. We have taken the time to go through our baggage, to process, and to get rid of some of that. You may have got, I feel that from these cases here, we would step out with two great big heavy cases, and then by the end, don't expect to have got rid of everything, because it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes we need to hold on to some things, because they help us remember and heal. So I feel that the smaller case there, it's almost as if it's halved in size from comparison to that larger case. So we have got rid of some of that weight. We have cleared through some of the rubbish, and we're still going along with some of those memories or some of those patterns, but they are still there to serve and heal us. And at some point we will get rid of some of those, and things gradually get smaller. And that's the message here. Do this in your own time. Don't feel that you have to just go in there very quickly and get it all done, and don't expect to just be washed away of everything, because some things are meant to stay there that little bit longer. So just trust in the time, and allow things to flow. Don't be putting too much pressure on yourself, and don't resist either. Just go with it. And it's almost, you have to let that beauty unfold. And it may seem at first that, it's not beautiful, it's a horrible place to be in. But actually, when you come out the other side and you see how far you came and what you've been through, you look back and you think, goodness me, actually there are some really quite intricate parts there that I'd never noticed before that have helped me and healed me. And it's the feeling I feel is that beauty in energetics. It's understanding that it's almost like music. It's something we can't see. It's a feeling. So yeah, just take your time, go slow, go steady, and be at ease. Try not to be guarded about it all. Try and be open. Okay, yeah, so I feel here that, this is the many different aspects of yourself that are calling to you from within your soul. Your soul is trying to get you on the right path, in the right direction. It is desperate to find your true north, to get you to understand where it is you're meant to be. But in order to get to that point, you have to explore those different facets within yourself. You have to be prepared to go into all the different zones, the different parts, and a lot of which have been suppressed, they have been hidden. But just understand that, just as the seasons change, so must ourselves as individuals. If we stay stagnant and we stay in that same place time and time again, year after year, then we never learn anything. We never get to a greater sense of understanding with self, and we don't grow. So allowing for change in direction as well. I feel that for some people that may be a new career or a new relationship. It may be a big decision like getting married or having children. Something big there is on the horizon. And I feel that, there's some fear about that. If you are sort of speaking with your loved ones, whether that's in spirit or here in the 3D, and you're asking for help on that, you're asking for support, well, my advice there would be trust your inner feeling, trust that knowing. And I feel that for those of you that are in doubt and are asking those questions, that's because you already know the answer deep down. It's just you're hoping that somebody will give you an answer that you wish to hear, perhaps a better answer, a more, perfected answer. But you already know the truth, so trust it. Trust your inner guidance system. Do connect with spirit and loved ones and guides, but trust what's inside, because it's there for a reason. It is there to guide you. But yeah, please take the time to explore the different areas of yourself and spend that time in nature. Well, yeah, for a minute there, I thought that said nature, so I got a fright. But yeah, nurture. And I feel that this is nurture the soul through nature and through music and again through water. These are just the key points at the minute, and they have been now for a few weeks. So please, if you haven't already, start to embody that, start to make it part of your daily life. And just see the beauty in the smallest things. I feel that if you look at the branches there, on the bottom roots, you can see all the spirals and the beauty within them, and then you start to see the butterfly and the flowers, and the more you look, the more you see. And I feel that that's what this is about. If we go into nature, we have that opportunity to see things that are out there in the 3D environment that perhaps you wouldn't normally notice. You start seeing the beauty in the sort of geometry of flowers and things like that. But and also you might see signs. Sometimes in nature we can see the initials of our loved ones, or it's almost like you see faces in the grass or the trees, and there's always messages there, there's always signs. And if you're out in nature and you feel like you haven't seen anything, ask your team if there's something they can show you. But yeah, I feel that as well, it is that time to, as I say, nurture yourself, nurture your soul. And if you perhaps have seen things in nature, and I feel there's fear, ask to connect with your soul and uncover what it is your soul is sort of blocking, or what you are blocking from your soul. Because there's something there that perhaps is an emotion that will be quite sad, and it's something you have to let go of. It's a release. But doing that in nature, you will find it so much easier to let go. And, have a little cry. Don't be afraid to be out for a walk and have a little cry. And don't worry if somebody sees you or whatever. Just let it out. It doesn't have to be, great big long wailing for hours on end. Just a few tears even. Every little bit of release of emotion will help you move forward. And it will help you to understand and see that there's great power there in release. Because it means that you can then feed on a better energy. You can ground yourself in something purer and clearer, and you're ready to step forward into better things, and that allows change and movement and growth. So yeah, please, I know I keep saying it, but take that time for that nature. Okay, I'm going to do one more card if that's what they are going to give me. In fact, no, I have two. Fair enough. One of them's just dropped on the floor. Bear with me. Again, there we go. So I feel that this is a bit like what we said last week about spending time in nature outdoors. And please don't go anywhere where you feel uncomfortable, or you feel like you're going to be in danger. Perhaps even just sit in your back garden if you have a garden, or go for a little walk around your street on a night time, just to connect with the energy at night time, because it is very different. It is very still. We don't have all that same pollution and that the sort of noise pollution and the smell from the traffic and the fumes. Things are just that little bit clearer. And it's just the calmingness of the energy there allows us to really release some of those blocks and some of that weight that we're carrying. And it allows us to see the light within and the beauty. So, yeah, nighttime walks, nighttime nature. I feel here as well, this is about connecting with sort of growth within nature. So paying more attention to how plants grow, how the flowers begin, and understanding how related we actually are to those plants. So starting from a small seed, understanding that we do need nurture, we need the light, we need the water, which funnily enough is much like what we're being told here, spending time in nature, in the light, spending time near water so that we are being watered and we can grow. And I feel like as well the music is almost as if for the plants there, the music is just the sound of life around. So the birds singing and people out and about, children laughing, playing. It's almost as if the music can heal and grow those plants. It can transform them and help jolly them along through the seasons. And I feel that, again, that's something for us. So, once we come into the autumn, and particularly when we come into the winter, you can feel a bit low, you can feel a bit sad, and sometimes depressed. And I feel like it's important even then to spend time in nature and to go near water. And again, perhaps that is just a bath, but to listen to music, to help the music grow our soul through those tougher seasons and those tougher periods. So yeah, just see yourself a bit like a plant as well, and understand that, we do have to release things from time to time. We do have to allow those petals to fall, even if we feel that, it's beautiful, it's part of who I am. I don't want to let go of that. Understand that it will never stay as pure as it was in its original state. There will become some decay there. It will rot and it will sort of wilt. So understanding that there's no point in hanging on to something that is wilting away and is no longer serving you. So just as nature does, accept and respect that there is a time when it is right to just simply let go, and then you will heal yourself, you will grow, and a better, stronger, beautiful new version of yourself will come forwards. So yeah, I think that was very nice. Thank you, team. I hope you got something from that. Thanks for listening. Have a lovely day. Bye.